right?
Why the hell would he pay it?
Well, somebody's gonna pay it. Is the IRS gonna come after you because that idiot
He's
lived
in a
in your
different
house?
country. And
Okay, but it's going to your address. Are they gonna go after you over it?
I don't think so. I don't know, Evan. I've never been hunted by the IRS. What's that like?
I haven't either. It's an experience that I am limited to the understanding of that Will Ferrell movie where he was narrated over. That's the extent of my experience of how it could potentially feel to be hunted by the IRS. He just romantically brings you a box of flour.
Well, I will try not to do that.
Yeah, no, don't accept Will Ferrell's flowers.
That sounds like a sex thing.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So were we live then? Or...
Yeah, we are. This is the What the D-Pad podcast on October 18th.
Oh, what a good thing to start on.
Yeah. Where is he from, that roommate?
You got all that in too? Jesus
no,
Christ,
just
dude.
the tail end
Literally, any heads up is better than fucking. All right, let's just roll into that.
Yeah, I got a notification
that we started.
Wait a second.
That we went live.
I was like, wait a second.
God, I could be talking about my social security information and just like, all right, Ed, here we are on the.
I just do everything in my power to make you go straight to fuck it, we'll do it live, Miles.
It's working.
We are currently doing that.
We are literally live. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
I'm sorry about everything.
Oh man. Okay, so I have only played a brief bit of the first Dead Space game years ago. I've never actually played through it.
What?
I know. This is a new experience for me. I'm absolutely serious.
Oh my god. Okay. Dead Space 1 and 2 are like absolute musts on any like comprehensive video game list. So the big difference, Dead Space 1 is a spoopy space game. Dead Space 2 is a spoopy themed action game.
And then Dead Space 3 is just an EA action game.
No. Dead Space 3 is a spoopy colored
cobalt, silicon, osmium,
cash machine.
It's literally the difference between the word spooky and spoopy.
I remember watching somebody play it when it came out.
Hang on. No. That is the perfect explanation of what Dead Space 3 is. It is the difference between spooky and spoopy. Oh! That corpse guy popped out of the snow! I better give it $5! Like, oh, god damn it. I am still upset by Dead Space 3. Like, it is years after the fact, and the company is now dead. I am so upset the company died years after the fact.
Some people called it like 2 years ago too. Like,
yeah.
The writing was on the wall.
Never heard
With Visceral?
Yeah, it's practically biblical.
Well, because they put out that game, okay, so the real crime is Dead Space 2. The game sold 4 million copies.
Yeah, it did really well. A lot of people played it.
Anybody is like, oh, that's a success. That's name a good Nintendo game. That's how much fucking profit they were doing.
I think that's about what Breath of the Wild has sold.
Yeah. EA says it fell below their targeted metrics. Like,
yeah,
what were
they
you
wanted Call of Duty numbers.
Ugh.
Everything had to be Call of Duty.
Everything has to be Call of Duty.
No, I
like
get
now
that.
It has to be Destiny or Overwatch. Next year it'll be PUBG. I guarantee it. Everything will be PUBG.
Oh yeah. Just look at God, what's the studio that does
Epic.
Fortnite? Epic Games.
Well, so the weird thing about PUBG is that there is absolutely no reason that game should be as big as it is. It is buggy. It is hideous to look at. It is
That makes it fun to stream.
Borderline incomprehensible when you like first get started. Why do I have a post-it note that just says "shoot me now"? I'm gonna keep it just in case I need it later. But yeah, like there is absolutely no reason it should have sold a gazillion copies. Like it is
It streams really well.
flabbergasting.
Its
I bet.
Streamers have gotten a lot of mileage out of it. That's what it is.
It's
No,
basically
absolutely.
I think the current love for PUBG is like the ancient love of epic fails and
What?
Bob Saget's American Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah, and glitches and stuff.
What?
Yeah, like watching something just fall apart at the seams and just like structurally just be like, oh god, you poor soul.
Well, there is something inherently fun about that, but at the same time, I've played a lot of PUBG. It is a fun game. Like, if you get past the fact that you will die probably 1/5 of all the times you play it, you will die to nobody's fault. Just the game goes, oh yeah, no, physics are just upside down now. Like, you will just stop existing because, then, whatever, you get past it. Like, bugs happen, man. Fucking sorry. But, like, it is a shockingly good game, almost despite that.
So yeah.
So we're talking about Visceral first. Then is that?
Yeah. I was just gonna say because I'm kind of taking note of the really close camera angle on here, and I didn't know if you guys had any note on Visceral's design work and specifically what makes this work or what they've done in general work. I don't know what their other stuff is.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what makes Dead Space work. Resident Evil 4.
Oh, that's right. That's exactly what you said last week. It's Resident Evil 4 in space.
It's just Resident Evil 4 in space. And then Dead Space 2 is Resident Evil 4.5, not 5, huge distinction, in space. And then Resident Evil 3 is like Umbrella Chronicles, which is like...
Yeah, I remember that one actually.
So
yeah,
This
I
box is
cannot...
glowing.
There is not enough disdain in the world to get across how fucking foul Dead Space 3 is. And so, Dead Space 1, before I played the game, there's this thing that says, oh hey, you want to be a real cool guy? Fucking play the game with nothing but the pistol. You can power it up, but get good. I'm like, alright, I like the fact that this internet man has challenged me. I played all 3 Dead Space games with just a pistol. Fucking, it's super exhilarating, because once you run out of pistol ammo, you're sitting there going, cool, I have 1,000 flamethrower units of ammo, and I don't have a flamethrower. Why has God forsaken me? I guess I just have to start punching. It's great. Dead Space is a good game.
This is a lesser known, but something Visceral worked on way back when was a movie tie-in game for Return of the King.
Oh, I love that
Oh
game.
my.
I
That
got
was
a lot of
great
replay
game.
value out of that.
Okay,
I
hang
still
on.
own the physical installation.
I have it on GameCube.
Hold up. That was Visceral?
That was like an early version of Visceral, because
Oh.
EA had the game license.
Oh my
for
god.
the
No, that's right.
And it was great. Like, they had the entire cast. You could rotate through them all. They
Oh
all
yeah,
had
you
their
could
own
replay
Yeah, I
any
remember
level
those.
with tons of characters. Like you could replay the Mordor bit with like Sam and like Faramir. Oh,
Now I
that
just
was
want to
funny.
boot up Dolphin. Fuck.
Oh,
It-
Travis, did you see?
even-
Miles sent it to me. Did you see that there's a Mario Sunshine patch on
Well-
Dolphin in 4K HDR?
So
Oh,
it
jeez.
turns out it came out a while ago, and I just forgot about it.
Well,
I
it's-
remember when they
it's
were
still
talking about,
amazing.
like, hey, how good could we make Super Mario Sunshine look? And everybody goes, let's find out! And then I stopped paying attention to it, and years later they go, oh, it's in 4K, 60 frames per second, everything is upscaled, and we've retextured the entire video game. And it's like, oh! Okay! Hey, Nintendo! Oh my god.
Well, Miles, maybe when you finally get that OLED, we'll hook up a PC to it and
Someday
play that.
soon. No, you don't want to play. For
Anyway.
shame. You want monitor for PC games, TV for console games.
You know, why don't we have fucking TVs that are capable of that? I mean, it wouldn't take
are you
any
talking
effort.
Yeah, you can. It's just it's weird. Like it works
It's,
fine.
it's
but
not. That's why Steam Link is a thing.
gross. Well, yeah,
I actually,
that's
I actually keep a TV close to my PC and I just patch it in when necessary.
right.
Same deal. Like when I
Steam
want to like
Link-
change my Adobe workflow, I just carry it over to my TV behind me.
Steam Link is exclusively for the bourgeoisie who fucking like, oh, I can't reach my massive gaming desktop over to my huge flat screen. I better invest in some sort of teleportation device that'll do it for me. Like my desktop.
Oh, this thing's boobs are very. It's like I got like a flubbery kind of texture to its body.
I mean, it's a dated game.
Yeah, 2000.
No, it's still creepy though.
9? 8, 9?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Hold on, how do I kill it? How do I kill it? I don't even know if you guys can see what I'm doing.
First of all, I know you're playing on hard mode because I have faith in you. And second of all, you want to shoot for the limbs.
They
was
didn't
kind
give
of
me
the-
they didn't give me a gun.
Oh, then run away.
Get the hell out of there!
Yeah, the first 10 minutes
Oh,
of this
run,
game,
Isaac! Get the hell out of there. That
you
would be
play
the
as a big,
directions.
huge, scared coward. But
There
like,
is a run. Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
there's an actual run.
I
There you
cannot
go.
stress enough how good of a game Dead Space 2 is, but how completely different of a genre it is. Like, if Dead Space 2 is action horror, while Dead Space is horror action.
Hey, it worked for Evil Dead as a franchise.
What, where it pivoted into comedy?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess Dead
Pivoted
Space 3
hard.
technically-
I mean, it went indie horror, goofy horror,
Goofy.
comedy horror to horror?
And yeah, Stars TV show.
Yeah, if you're counting that last one. Yeah, how is
Hey, man,
the new
Ash was in it.
episodes at that?
So I watched
I only
all
watched-
of season 1 of Ash vs. the Evil Dead. It is phenomenal.
I own season 1 and I have not watched the rest. I know that are they on a season 3?
There will
Yeah. It's doing good. Like, they haven't been canceled.
Alright, I got a Saw. Actually, I think they just shared a petition to renew it another season.
Probably. Although, usually if they're petitioning for something, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't work for Del Toro's Hellboy 3.
Oh,
So-
there's a new Hellboy.
So I'm
Okay.
looking at this and I'm remembering the very, very clever UI tweak of putting the health for Isaac on his back,
Oh,
I have that on a
which is
shirt.
That
which is
was
single-handedly one of the best visual design
there
ideas
was
I think I've
there
ever
was a
seen in
brief
video game.
period of time where they were experimenting with UI around this time, like that 2008,
so this-
2009, like that in the Ghostbusters game.
Yeah.
So this was kind of the birth of the short-lived HUDless movement.
Mm.
Horizon does a really good HUDless game.
Yeah. Zero
Yeah.
Dawn.
And Zelda
Yeah.
gives you an option.
Yes. I don't know what Breath of the Wild looks like with a HUD. Because as soon as I heard there's a HUDless option, before the game coming out, I'm like, oh, that's the first thing I'm doing. And as soon as the game let me hit the options button, HUD off. And it is great. Go play Breath of the Wild again with the HUD off, trust me.
I'll probably
Actually,
be
turned-
playing plenty of it on the plane to Japan because it's gonna be a while.
Oh yeah, in 2 days, Evan is going to glorious Japan to hang out with such famous Japanites as, that guy.
It's actually kind of funny. Our tour in Kyoto is very much going to be reminiscent of a Zelda dungeon crawl because...
Oh lord.
No, seriously, because it's like all these different like cultural themes and subtexts, and it's like you can see where the inspiration came from. You know what I mean?
So if I don't see you chatting it up with Hideo Kojima, I'm gonna be very upset.
Well, where's he gonna be at? Tokyo's a big city.
Or Hideki Kamiya, or Yoko Taro. Basically the big three.
Well, Yoko Taro you can find. Just look for the giant moon mask.
Am I supposed to be able to walk through this doorway?
Yes?
You aren't looking, are you?
I am not at all. What's it doing?
It looks
Is it
like a just
slamming
kind of
very
wall.
fast?
No.
Yeah.
It just says, okay, hold on. To tram, control.
Okay, click in the right
Room.
thumbstick and you will Iron Man your way through the game.
Ah,
Left
it does look like Iron Man.
Yeah, you literally shoot out the map to the game from your palms. Another benefit of playing on
okay,
PC.
so I am supposed to be going through this way, and it's not letting me. It's kind of blocked off.
Uh-huh.
It's just kind of like an invisible wall.
I love that I have an actual teaspoon.
Yeah, that's great. So, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how to get you to. Oh, no, it's still not letting you.
Yeah, and oh yeah, because you're like a few seconds behind.
Oh,
yeah, I just totally shot that man's head off.
Wow.
That's a lot of this game, I bet.
So, I don't know.
So do we want to talk specifically about the Star Wars project?
Yeah, I was gonna ask,
Which
like,
one?
what's even the pitch on that? Like, I recall a trailer, the one that was by
There
Visceral
was-
and got
there was-
canceled.
There was footage. There was like
Finger quotes.
the 4 seconds of footage.
Neat test.
Oh,
job.
that's all. That's why I don't remember it. Because
Well, it's literally some guy walking into the Mos Eisley Cantina bit,
Walking out of a canteen into like a desert planet.
and you see like the Star Destroyer floating in the sky again. And I know, Miles in Star Wars, a very neat visual to be sure. But if they could just fucking park the Star Destroyer in atmosphere, why Hoth? Why did any of that happen the way it did?
My guess is the cold.
They just
Because
didn't
they
want
do it.
to
They do it
deal
in
with
Rebel-
it.
They do it in Rebels too. I think you have to have certain facilities built on world to keep those maintained.
They just parked the damn in what's it? The bad one that nobody liked. Rogue One. They just parked the goddamn Star Destroyer over a city.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. They do it in Rebels all the time.
Yeah. They did it in the latest episode. Spoiler.
Does this game have auto saving?
No. Manual saving. What are you,
Shit.
mad?
Well, because I literally can't get through this
He's
doorway.
stuck. He's gonna have to start over.
Oh. Well.
Okay,
Rip.
like Travis, you're seeing I'm supposed to be going through this doorway, and
Yeah.
like even moonwalking through it isn't doing it.
It's done screwed up.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start over.
Like
Anyway.
the collision point between the character and the door that's supposed to open just doesn't occur. It's awesome.
Cool.
That's always pleasant. Anyway,
Whatever.
So
Yeah.
So the thing is that the pitch, at least as far as anybody was aware of it,
Was it
a
basically
single-
supposed to be that Star Wars 1313 that people never got?
No.
Okay, so the story there with that is Lucasfilm actually pitched it to Visceral, and Visceral's like, no, we want to do more of an action type thing of our own.
Mm.
You know, we kind of want to ape the Uncharted style, which 1313 wasn't really. To the point where they, as you put in the notes, they headhunted off Amy Hennig for that, and
Yeah, they
like
did.
they were
That's
they were
right.
plugging along, but EA just doesn't want a single player solo game anymore. Clearly.
Oh, hey, yo, what's up, Evan?
Hey Ryan, you joined. How's
Yeah,
it going?
But like,
I am putting together a bunch of like stories and stuff, both for this site and for other stuff. So I figured I'd just pop in while I was editing. I'm waiting for one of our writers to send me the tribute piece we're running. The Tragically Hip, who passed away earlier this week.
The who?
The Tragically Hip were kind of the best way I could put it was that they were kind of like Canada's Pearl Jam. They were like super.
Oh yeah. The guy who made Scott Pilgrim said something about that.
Yeah, well, he made a reference to them, I think, in one of his volumes of Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, they're like extremely important in Canada. And like to understand how rock music scene has existed for the past 30 years, you have to understand the Tragically Hip. So I asked Jenny, one of your video game writers, to write the piece.
I like the lean in on that. One of your video game.
Well,
Hey,
he has like all of the Canadians on the site.
It's true. It's true. Our side is fairly Canadian.
Nuck.
And Travis, I thought you were Canadian too, but I mean Utah.
He's close.
Canada,
I mean, you follow me on Twitter now, so you know darn well that I'm Canadian.
I mean,
you know now.
Utah, Canada, they're both like extremely kind of nice in the same way.
Oh my god, racist.
Against Canada?
I mean, is it
Only
any
we can
worse
call
than
them
the
Canuck.
8-bit? Is it any worse than the 8-bit Canada joke from the first South Park game?
The 8-bit Oh god,
I mean,
yeah, with the Canada's all fucking low tech.
All Super Mario 3
Yeah.
shit. That was. I'm not gonna lie, that got me to laugh.
My
That-
greatest context of South Park's Canada bits is the that old meme episode.
Oh, the only one road in Canada.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I used to be a piece of crap. In case you're wondering how I know all this.
What, you used to watch South Park?
No, I used to be an edgy teenager.
Ah.
So yeah.
So
yeah.
he watched South Park.
What? You
Yeah.
don't have to be an edgy teenager to watch South Park. South
It's the
Park still
majority
has...
of their fans.
Okay, so South Park comes in waves. The first wave is, yes, edgy teenagers like, Actually, no. There is a predating wave now of the TV show Mom and Dad Won't Let Me watch.
That's
Then
what
it
it was for
becomes
me.
The edgy teenager of like, yeah, fucking, they said dicks and fart on TV. And then it becomes like, okay, I'm kind of done with this. But then it comes back with a, oh shit, this show is nothing but biting political commentary, like, and accurate. Or, okay, maybe not political there's a lot of political commentary, but it's a lot of social commentary.
A lot of commentary.
I like watching you play this again, Evan, because you're just not interested this time around.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. I hate
out.
unskippable cutscenes. I'm so over that. But this is back when that was kind of a big deal.
How bad did you fuck up?
It was literally the first room that I got the gun, Miles.
Yeah, it's not even his fault. It straight up.
It was the
fails.
game. The game literally failed to allow me to continue.
Oh, blame the game. Man, Dead Space is the Dark Souls video. It's horror.
Anyway.
Oh, gag me. What were we talking about? I think
Star
I was
Wars.
talking about Star Wars.
Again. Ryan's like,
So,
oh, Star Wars
Star
again,
Wars.
huh?
Oh yeah, gee.
Just
Well, because we're playing this plus talking about Star Wars because Visceral got shut down, Ryan.
Yeah. So I don't know anything about Dead Space. I don't like this kind of game. So let's go to Star Wars. Yeah.
okay.
Damn
So we
Okay.
already, Ryan, to catch you up. Like you came in right as we were explaining this. We went over what the game was, who they headhunted to make it, and that's about as far as we got.
Did you know that Darth Maul's race has 4 canonical names and all of them are dumb?
God damn.
I mean, the
There's
list of things that
Dathomiri,
are
there's
dumb.
Zabrak, like, yeah, alright, sorry. I just needed to get in one.
There's
I'm-
Robo Legs.
Stop it. I just finished the Phasma book, and the best part about it is the stuff that had nothing to do with Phasma.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that on the last podcast, actually.
I probably did. And now I'm starting the god-awful, what's it, Rogue One trilogy.
Oh god, there's a trilogy based on that?
So there's Catalyst, which is the book that explains how,
How they put the fault in the Death Star.
God, what's his name?
Hannibal.
Hannibal, thank
yeah.
you. How Hannibal becomes So they literally describe him as he's like a rock star sex god scientist, and him and his quirky wife are working on creating infinite energy. And the Empire's like, hey, we got to use for that. And that's about as far as I've gotten so far, but it's not great. And then there's the sequel to that, which is the prequel to Rogue One, which is Girl. I forget her name, the mouse face. It's her becoming a rebel, and it's rebel uprising, and and then the last one is just the book version of Rogue One, which will hopefully explain what the fuck happened in that movie.
I liked Rogue One more than a lot of people seem to have. But
Gareth Edwards just can't pace a movie to save his life.
I say that as I agree with that, Travis, and I say that as a past apologetic person towards that Godzilla movie of his.
Yeah, Godzilla is what kind of gave me that thought, and then I was like, "Yep, that's it."
Oh boy, do I have a Godzilla rant! But no, I'm saving it.
No,
So-
you're saving Snipers on the Roof for another night, Miles.
We are definitely doing that.
At some point, but not tonight.
Okay, for real though, I got to watch Rogue One in the best possible way, which is sandwiched between Tyler, the guy I guess all of you work with, who is so trying to like Star Wars almost to upset me, and watching him utterly incomprehendibly fail at enjoying a movie. And I got to sit next to Evan's brother, who it was glorious of watching his confused face of not understanding what was happening on the screen.
sounds like
And
More importantly, the confused face of why am I not enjoying this?
Yes.
This sounds like me watching Revenge of the Sith for the first time in theaters.
Yep.
God.
So the best possible scenario of I was to the kid's right and Evan was to his left or whatever, and we were literally doing the angel and devil on the
No,
shoulder
no,
thing.
Miles.
I'm
I
like,
was in the same state as Dylan was,
No,
where I was just
okay.
like, I was excited and just quickly decelerating in regards
Evan,
to the.
you went in there. You went in there going, boy howdy. I sure do love that every Star Wars movie is good. I sure hope this one is also good.
That's
and I went in with
nothing
the
like what I
mindset
said. Or felt.
why should anything be good ever?
I'm laughing at what you're saying and also seeing the flabby alien again.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we watched this movie, and it's just not terrible, but like, what is happening and why?
Run, Isaac.
Yeah. Okay. Star Wars. Star Wars is done now. Grandpa's getting upset.
Oh god. George is getting upset!
At least you're running better this time.
I
Okay,
am
so-
running better this time. I thought it was gonna have me attack it, and then I realized, oh, these things can only be murdered by dismemberment.
By gun.
Hey, you know what? That's actually a really good mechanic too.
It's
is?
a great mechanic. I remembered how great it was as soon as it showed me that was the gun.
It worked great in this game and this game only.
That kind of
Have they tried it in
Yeah.
other games?
If they have, I couldn't
Okay.
tell you.
Again, Horizon does a really good job with like hitting specific limbs.
Is there a
and stuff.
So Horizon, I still haven't played it because just never got around to it. But Horizon always stood out to me as like, oh, this is like if Monster Hunter played like Breath of the Wild, I guess.
Its combat is pretty nice because they scale a lot of things up. Like even your normal here's your basic hunting enemies type thing is as big as your character. So like as the scale continues to go up, you have to strategize what limbs you're gonna attack, how you're gonna tackling. Like you cannot just
Oh
run
no,
it
Travis, look.
Dude, your copy is bugged, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to reinstall it. That sucks.
Are you stuck in the same place? All right, well then move on to Dead Space 2.
I would have to
Play a different
reinstall it.
game.
No,
Yeah.
just do that, and then move on to Dead Space 2 while the first one's installed.
How about I play Battlefront 2?
Oh, God.
So
like I did
meanwhile,
last week.
While they're figuring that out, what was that?
So- guys are playing Dead Space, I am currently playing through the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time, and I'm trying to do anything as possible to not play through the water temple, which I have to do next.
Okay,
They
it's pretty
I
streamlined,
know,
Ryan.
I know they fixed it. I know it's streamlined. I just hate the water temple.
Okay, so
Because of the
embarrassing story.
music or the story's kind of creepy.
Okay, so embarrassing story here. I was able to do the water temple like immediately. I did it in 10 minutes. But before that, I had completely forgotten how to do the forest temple when I played the 3DS version. I was like, I don't remember how I'm supposed to do anything in this temple.
I had to wind up doing the first third of the forest temple using a GameFAQs thing from like 2000.
Oh my god.
So I'm not the only one.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
right.
I love the idea of manually handicapping yourself to like only stuff that was available when the game came out. So it's literally you playing Legend of Zelda with like a dot matrix printout sheet of a GameFAQs page that was last updated in '96.
Gosh.
I
That would
will
be a
say-
challenge.
Let's see how this works for me.
I will say this: the Ocarina. I know this is probably like a super old. Good job.
Wii U's are dirt cheap now, so like that's not that wonderful 101. And Bayonetta and anything Platinum makes, just by like rule of thumb.
Except that Korra game.
Oh yeah, that was pretty bad, huh?
That Korra game wasn't terrible.
It was
It
pretty
had-
bad though.
It had
Dude,
stuff.
there was an open world Xbox
Okay.
Naruto game that was better than that.
Okay, the
Okay.
Naruto games are surprisingly really good.
All right, no,
It's surprising.
like I'm the first person to say that those Naruto games are good.
They are.
Like
Sorry,
after-
say that about the
after-
Naruto game again because I was just blasted with Star Wars audio.
Yeah, Star Wars.
They
Oh right.
switched to Battlefront.
No, I switched to Rogue Squadron.
Oh, I'm going.
Hey.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the notes and going back and forth.
The Naruto games are actually like uncomfortably solid. They are like really good and have
It's-
absolutely no reason being that way.
I think it's because the powers are actually cool on there.
The powers are cool. It's even if you strip away all of the goofy ninja bullshit, the gameplay is so solid and so fast and like I don't want to praise a Naruto game, but like I really don't. I picked it up as a joke, as like a fucking Naruto. Look at this, guys. And then it's like, oh, okay, wait a minute. This game might have some stuff. I hate being right about a game.
Alright, I'm about to be the only person on Twitch streaming Star Wars Rogue Squadron for the N64 on PC.
So wait, what happened to Battlefront?
I don't know, I just decided to play this instead.
Alright, fair enough. Don't forget to map your controls.
Yeah, about that.
So what do you guys think EA is going to turn that Star Wars game?
Well, so now they've got only one. Basically, it just seems like that they're totally botching everything.
Okay, so I'm going to be that guy and say that I'm still, I'm still kind of stoked on Battlefront 2 just for the campaign.
I'm calling it now. They are going to hard pivot it into either. So, alright, Battlefront 3's campaign, before it got canceled by Rebellion, I want to say?
I think it was Pandemic and then it became Rebellion. Wasn't that it?
Yes. Yep. No, you're right. They scrapped that game and then made it as the story campaign of the PSP Battlefront.
Right.
I think that they might do the same thing because, like, they there's assets to this game. There's a lot of it. I think that either it's going to be hard scrapped, like the Darth Maul game and 1313, and fucking name any other goddamn Star Wars game, or it's going to be reshuffled as Battlefront 3's single player.
I don't understand why they just don't make a Rogue Squadron 4.
Because the company that made Rogue Squadron good is super dead. Dude, Factor 5...
When has that ever stopped EA from doing a thing?
Okay,
Yeah, seriously.
no. Factor 5 made those games super good. And it's really weird
Like,
thinking
all
back,
3 of them.
Like, no, thinking back, it's like, man, it's just like a flight sim, right?
No, way more deep than that.
You go back, there is the hidden challenges, the arcadey feel, all of it is super good. And it holds up really well. But yeah, then somebody at Sony decided, hey, make our first party game that relies entirely on a, and I'm finger quoting here, movement suggested controller, and it'll sell great. What's the worst that could happen? Oh no. Lair, I'm talking about Lair.
No, we remember Lair. We remember Lair pretty well.
I wish I didn't.
Yeah, we too.
So,
once they patched it and patched in normal people controls, Lair was actually kind of fun. It's like Drakengard, but without all the incest.
Alright, I'm shooting down a TIE bomber. I'm trying to remember what else we had going on. Okay,
so I got the notes. Do we want to talk about the Nintendo Switch stuff real quick?
Yeah, sure. Sony publishing on Nintendo Switch. What the hell's the name of that company?
Oh gosh, I had it pulled up.
Basically,
Unities.
But it's basically just
Unites.
indie devs.
Yeah. I mean, dude, fucking Sony has a bunch of movies on Xbox. It's called Crackle. Like, they just do this shit. You gotta make money where it is.
Well, and I've been saying for a while now in my own circles that, like, we're not going to have dedicated console machines much longer. But the Switch kind of indicates where we might be going in terms of just, it's less about what the hardware is and more about what screen you're telling it to go on. And if any company that was really going to survive that really, really well, it would be Sony anyway. And this sounds like one of those first little tiptoes towards, oh yeah, we're probably not going to get a PlayStation 5 out of these people, but we're going to make sure we have things to put our games on anyway.
Okay, so actual question. Do you think we will ever see another portable console from Sony?
No.
They just recently came out and said that they have no interest in doing that.
Good.
I mean,
they tried, but I mean,
they did try. They got so far,
but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
I mean, if you want to call what they did with the Vita a try,
I mean, it was.
I mean, they made it
better than nothing. Fucking Japan still loves that shit. Like they've got nothing but okay. Real talk. Can I make bacon in a saucepan, or is that like crazy white trash?
That's like worse than any Family Guy non sequitur I've ever heard.
Okay,
why would you do that?
I'm thinking about dinner, and I'm thinking about what pans I have
cleaned. Use the oven. Use the fucking oven.
All right. So anyway, Japan loves the Vita. Like they're still making weird, kind of icky games for it.
Yeah, but Japan kept like the Sega Genesis and the Sega Saturn alive until the mid 2000s with RPGs.
Hey man, Brazil is still getting fucking FIFA 20 whatever on their PS2s. Like, yeah, some sectors will keep consoles alive long after their checkout date. But at the same time, the Vita is an officially legacied console. It's like that thing's done, and they're still making games for it. Although, yes, I do agree. The Dreamcast has a weirdly vibrant modding community.
People don't want to give up.
They don't. Good on them. Fuck, why should they? I like the people who just put out a beautiful, oh my god, Cemu whatever. The people who do the Switch emulator for the PC, and we're talking about emulation in this legality. They just put out
Kotaku did a story on it. It's fine.
God, all right, fine. They just put out a God, did they really?
Yeah.
They put out a glorious, oh my god, like a resolution patch that fixes the whatever the fucking thing puts out at, and it like buffs up the resolution, the clarity of everything. It kind of removes that weird Nintendo fuzz blur filter of like, this is how you childhood remember games.
I
That's kinda,
actually
built
like that.
into it.
Thank you very much.
Dude, I love it too.
I'm pretty sure it peaked in Skyward Sword. Let's be real.
Okay, and like again, we've totally done this legally in her. If you play Skyward Sword on like on a CRT TV or even like a shitty ass HD TV, and you play it on fucking Dolphin, oh boy, do you just think like, oh yeah, CRTs have like this weird kind of grain fuzz to it, right? That's just built in. Nope, Nintendo puts that shit in their games.
Yeah,
there
they
is
do.
like just like Silent Hill fog on everything.
Well, I think for Breath of the Wild, it's one of their couple of covers they actually have for keeping people from going out of control.
True. Yeah. I don't know. Nintendo's a fascinating company, just mostly because I don't know where they're going with all this. Like, it's fascinating to watch, you know? Because they just put out a huge patch to their console that allows, backwards rolling
30-second clips.
30-second clips, and then they immediately say, oh yeah, just put that shit on Twitter. I'm kind of surprised Nintendo even knows what Twitter is.
No, it does sharing better than the PlayStation 4, if you ask me. I really wish it could record better clips. But as a like screenshot taker, it's the best. All of my reviews for the Switch have just been screenshots natively taken out of it.
Did you see that they
so
just
good.
launched the videos?
We were just talking about
okay,
that.
sorry.
Yeah,
I was just trying to configure these controls here.
Little distracted.
A little distracted by Mace Windu.
Yes. Wait,
yeah,
what?
so it only does like 30 seconds back.
Hang on, wait a minute.
Which is
What?
fine for Twitter sharing.
I went to Battlefront 2.
Oh god damn it.
I'm Boba Fett.
Oh god damn it.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm in a I like Nintendo. I really want to like Nintendo. Boy, howdy do I want to like Nintendo. But they do some weird shit. Like I get it. Nintendo games are great and they're super cool, and it's awesome that there's a big community out there that's like, hey, you know how fucking cool these Nintendo games are? So they make Nintendo games, and then as soon as they go, look at this Nintendo game we made, Nintendo just shuts that shit down. I fully understand that there is a legal precedent for, boy howdy, do you not want them to think that another Metroid 2 remake is an official Metroid game and sponsored by it because they ain't getting a dime or whatever. Sega has swerved so hard into the embracing the fan community that they have fans making their games now. The good ones.
To be fair, and I mean, they're going to ruin that because it turns out the Sonic Mania Sonic is the classic Sonic and Sonic Forces, so I mean, hold off on that last they don't ruin it part.
Okay. Fair.
But, yeah, they did in fact get the Nuku Mania, but I mean, what else do you do with Sonic at this point besides just finally embrace that ironic
True.
thing?
No, dude, swerve into it. Like, I'm completely for that. But I'm also like, I kind of want. Well, Sega does that with other stuff too. They've got like, there's a whole. All right,
Well,
I mean,
you
Sonic.
say that, but then there's the Persona 5 junk where they tell you, oh, don't stream past a certain point or reach.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's every company. No company is very
but
good at it.
is that
Except Devolver. Devolver Digital is good.
Oh my god. Is that Sega or is that Atlas? What do you think put the kibosh on that?
According to Atlas of America, it was Sega.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a Sega thing.
Because they did it to Puyo Puyo Tetris, too.
Really?
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh my god. What acid?
That's the little detail they don't mention in the when that
Well, yeah,
all went
because
down.
oh no, I can't watch Puyo Puyo Tetris, the loss to humanity. It's like, yeah, but I want everybody to watch me play Persona. So
there
I
can't
have
be.
no idea at what heat I'm supposed to cook bacon at. I'm just gonna put it on maximum.
Why aren't you putting it
Um,
in the oven?
Why would I put anything in the oven? I'm making it in a skillet.
Miles,
Sauce.
if you put bacon on a pan with foil down so it doesn't stick to the pan and ruin the pan, it literally fries itself in its own fat.
Okay, the boy does make a good point. Do I have tinfoil?
This is I like that we've gone to a Cooking Mama stream.
Oh my god, can we? Can we please?
I wish I had Cooking Mama on the PC now.
What? Why don't you?
I don't know.
How do you not have every game legally occupied on your computer at some
I
point?
don't know.
Dude, every game on the fucking GBA combined is like
Okay,
10
somebody's modding this really hard because I'm just flailing about into the air for no reason at all, and I'm tumbling in a ridiculous way
What?
on Battlefront.
Are you playing multiplayer?
Yeah.
Oh. Are you playing on the new official servers?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway. It's
Yeah,
my
this
favorite...
tinfoil thing sounds like work. No, I'm
Yeah.
just going back to the saucepan.
Oh my god, fine. Alright, so what's the next topic? We have, I mean, I don't know if we want
Miles
to talk
burns
about it.
down house.
Okay, so
other than
you
Miles
have this other
burning
thing.
down.
Since we're talking about Nintendo, you have this other thing here about Nintendo making more mature games? Question mark.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
Doom, like, apparently, like, anticipated sales numbers for Doom as a port are pretty good, and they got other Bethesda stuff in the works. I don't know if you guys have heard anything else in terms of mature titles on the console.
Okay,
They're
so
putting
here's what
on
I found
both
out, and I
Resident
didn't
Evil
know.
games.
Here's what I didn't know until like this week. Apparently, the Switch version of Wolfenstein is not launching with the other versions of the game.
Correct. Yeah, when they announced that it was coming out, they announced that it was coming in the spring.
Hello?
Okay, so I didn't make that. I guess I either was too excited to punch
Hello?
Nazi, or
Yeah,
Or
Miles,
what?
we can hear you.
Oh, okay. I turned on my bacon and all the audio went out.
oh.
Well,
First
anyway,
bacon, I guess.
Wolfenstein New
so
Colossus
yeah, I
is
missed
not
that.
launching until March.
So I must have missed that part or something. But anyway, that
What
you know
part?
that sounds like to me, just because I don't trust publishers, that sounds like the sales numbers for the Switch version weren't very high, because everybody was forced to buy it on whatever other machine they happen to have because you didn't get the Switch option, the same kind of priority treatment. And surprise, surprise, not everybody bought it. Now I could be wrong. I could end up being wrong.
Well,
But
basically,
in the event that it doesn't sell well, that sounds like a great excuse to not have to make Switch games.
Well, I don't know. We're in a really weird spot with video games right now where the fucking market people are thrown off by every other game now. I can't imagine how Paxter still has a job. But like, whoa, okay, yep, no,
How
that's
does Pete Hines still have a job?
too high. So fuck it. Okay, so what was it?
How does Peter Molyneux still have a job? Unless he
God,
doesn't.
He doesn't really.
He
What
doesn't
the
because he
owns the studio.
Well, also he fucked up his own Kickstarter. I think last year or a couple of years ago.
Oh no, he's
Molyneux.
screwed up everything. It's Peter Molyneux.
Aw.
My favorite thing is still that like Laura Dale made him cry.
I inherently like Peter Molyneux as an insane, crazy.
I like the idea of him.
Exactly. Yes. No. I like a game selling shyster, somebody who like a snake oil salesman, except who sells video games. Like I inherently like that as an idea. That's funny to me. But
Peter
It's
Molyneux is
better
kind
than
of like
Dennis Dyack.
he's kind of like the Morrissey of video games in that everything he did in the 80s and 90s was wonderful, and now he just has started to be the worst human being alive.
Well, I mean, okay, come on.
I'm
Morrissey's
so
not
glad
that
that's
bad. He's
and
just
Morrissey's
fat
pretty
now.
bad.
Like, I don't
He's
want to go that far. I mean, like, Peter Molyneux doesn't tweet the C word at female game devs. So, I mean... like,
Wait, does Morrissey really Wow.
Morrissey doesn't have a Twitter.
No, I was making it.
I'm in love with myself, and I make some music, and I'm sad. That's my Morrissey
Hey,
impression.
Morrissey was on Mystery Science Theater. Like, dude was at least self-aware.
Oh, he's self-aware, all right.
That's.
I mean, you'd kind of have to be.
Where were we? By the way,
something about so hold on. There's a third-party studio doing these Bethesda ports onto the Switch, by the way. So they're kind of like backwards developing these Bethesda games for the Switch. When that's totally fine for Doom because we're over a year removed. But I think that's the reason, if there had to be a reason to explain it away. No. You know.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. I mean, does that mean that they like won't be buggy as heck when they come out?
I certainly hope.
I certainly hope so. If anything, it might just be that it's like super optimized.
So, because here's the thing, we know the games are good. So now we're looking at the ports.
Well, and I mean, they want $60 for all of these too. Like Skyrim.
No, Doom's gonna be $40.
Oh, really? Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing.
Skyrim 60 then.
How will it run? Will
it's Skyrim.
Visuals or 60 frames per
nonsense.
second? God.
Did you burn yourself on the bacon?
I
No.
love that we have a bacon cooking thing going on in the background right now.
Like you can actually hear the bacon in the background.
It jumped out of the saucepan and got me.
Yeah, well, bacon fat will do that.
It's fucking hot as shit, man. Who knew?
Man. See, Miles got me into the binging with Babish, and he's trying to learn cooking skills, but I already had cooking skills. Babish just inspired me to do it more. So now I have to like tell Miles like, no, you have to do this.
I know that I shouldn't be cooking with a saucepan. I just don't have anything else.
Yeah, you should get some cooking utensils.
Yo, so while we were talking, I just did for the first time in my entire life Bigger's sword in one go.
Nice.
Wait, really?
Oh, really?
Big Goron sword, yeah. Holy
Wait,
shit,
the actual
you,
one or the broken one?
The actual one.
The actual
I did the entire thing with the dang
Who the
Hydra.
fuck would get the broken one on purpose?
I don't know.
Man, that's some speed running
for completionists' sake.
Most of them will do it with the bug catching net though. That's kind of the joke. I mean, that made it into Soul Calibur 2. That's how big that joke was.
Was that why it was in...
Oh yeah. Oh,
like a nod.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Huh. Soul Calibur 2 was really good.
Yeah, I'd really like just an updated version of that again. Like a real
There
one.
was one. It was on...
Yeah, there was the HD one. I want one on the Switch with Link put back in it.
I agree. I think the GameCube version, not even with Link, but just because of the control scheme, is the definitive version of that game to me.
Oh yeah. Oh,
all right,
and
Evan.
I think I put that in my Namco Museum review too. It's just like,
yeah,
why
you
isn't there
did.
like a Soul Calibur 2 port in this? Like that would have been killer.
Wait,
Evan, real quick, should I be draining this fat or like?
Nope.
Okay.
Just let it sit, and then don't put it down the drain. Don't throw it out. Just let it sit, and then once it's solid, you can either use it to cook stuff later or just
there's
throw
like
it
a
out.
lot of it.
I know.
So wait, what was this Namco Museum for? What console?
Switch.
I think.
Is the
All right.
newest Switch.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
And did they just put the same like 6 games they always put in Namco Museum?
It had
Probably.
two. It had Galaga 86. It had Pac-Man. It had Tower of Jiraga, if you can believe it. It had 2 Rolling Thunders. It had Pac-Man Versus, which hasn't been out in forever. That's the one Miyamoto made, and Mario's in it.
What?
And then it had Splatterhouse, which is why I even cared.
The original or the 360 one?
Oh, the original.
Yeah,
Like
certainly
my
hope
entire
so.
review, I decided to do a gag with it, and like every paragraph just reminded you, hey, Splatterhouse is in this thing, and that's worth buying just for Splatterhouse.
I at least
That
appreciated
Evan
that.
snoring at us?
No, I was snorting in reaction to what Travis was saying about his review because I enjoyed it.
It's like Splatterhouse is in here. Did I tell you Splatterhouse is in here? Because Splatterhouse is in here, and that's kind of.
I love like retro game collections, and I tend to buy at least one every time I like get a console or I'm on Steam.
I'm a big sucker for Namco games.
I really
I-
wish I didn't have every Mega Man.
If you ask me, I think I like their arcade games better than anybody else.
Like, I have probably purchased that Atari collection of like
All
Atari
the
games
flashbacks
like,
ones, yeah.
separate times in different permutations. I like bought the original versions for the PC, like the original arcade collections. I bought the standalone joysticks. I bought versions for the DS, for PC. It's like, why am I continuing to purchase this?
Because you like the shit. Also, is it safe to eat partially raw bacon?
At your own risk. I mean, it's
Duly
uncooked.
noted.
It's uncooked meat, dude. This
Yeah,
is why
well,
I told
most of
you. Just
Okay, so like 70% of it's burnt, so then the rest of it's probably raw. So
where did you get this bacon from?
fridge.
Yeah. Okay. What was the origination point?
The store,
And don't
probably.
say. Okay.
The store.
I was expecting him to say the pig, but
I mean,
whatever.
that is the natural origin of the bacon.
Which store? What brand? Who bought it?
The pigs.
Did you buy it?
No.
So this is just mystery bacon from your refrigerator, and you don't even know how old it is.
Hey man, I don't question this shit. There's bacon in my goddamn
You at
fridge.
least know what brand, who produced the bacon? Is it Boar's Head, Applegate?
Trader
I mean, it was a
Joe's.
boar somewhere.
Yeah, Miles, I gotta get you to Trader Joe's, boyo.
Man, I can't even cook fucking mystery bacon. How the fuck do you think I'm gonna kick organic smart bacon or
They
whatever?
don't have only organic stuff at Trader Joe's.
Good. Because I would not be able to handle it, evidently.
Incredible.
Anyway.
I hear you laughing at me. Just in
uh,
case, and because I'm too proud, I'm just gonna make all of this bacon wrong.
Um,
God, this is such
on
a
the
waste.
on the Xbox One, there will be
The X-Bone, yes.
the X-Bone, because the
Call it by its real name.
the X-Bone X is its real
The
name now.
X-Bonks. X-Bonks.
The X-Bonks.
I'm a big fan of X-Bonks.
As a 4K HDR machine, games are getting upscale patches, including Halo the Master Chief Collection. So,
Okay,
that game's
okay.
already broken as hell. Yeah, go
Fix the
ahead.
multiplayer first.
Yeah, that's... Well, they said...
Apparently it's getting fixed too, right?
Yeah, that's what they said.
So
Oh
here's my
god, I
question
made a
about that.
horrible mistake.
I don't know
Yeah,
if I'm
everything
losing...
fell apart
I
there.
don't know if I'm losing connection to you guys, or...
No, I think he muted because he put that bacon in his mouth. So here's my question about that. Here's my question about all that. Why is the Master Chief Collection? Why is the Halo games still the only like Xbox game I can't buy for my computer? Because it's the one that I buy.
Dude,
That and Rare Replay.
that
Those are the ones
piss...
that
That
fly.
pisses
They're
me off
learning
so bad.
fucking Killer Instincts on Steam. Woo!
Yeah, it is. So why can't I buy Rare Replay? Why can't I buy the three Halo games?
Because then you won't buy an Xbox, god damn it.
I mean,
That's
definitely not happening.
I really want to buy a Rare Replay, and you're not going to believe why. I really love Rare's things they made for the ZX Spectrum. They're like really innovative for like these super cheap computers they made them for, and it's like there's a huge scene of emulation for the ZX Spectrum, a lot of which is completely legal, believe it or not.
Yeah, I
And-
believe it. The only reason I want Rare Replay is fucking Jet Force Gemini.
And
Which
the
I have
prob-
an N64 cartridge of. You can borrow it at any time if you want.
And the problem with these ZX Spectrum games, though, is that there's like a bunch of different like keyboard controls, and I'd love to play them like completely simplified. But they don't make Rare Replay for the PC.
Yep, no, they don't.
Oh, no.
I don't know why.
Did you finally find a pan for that bacon? Thank God. Oh my God.
Wookie.
Is Heroes in Villains Mode the only thing that works in Battlefront right now? 'Cause
No,
one
that's
game
just
I
the
could
only
get
thing that
myself
I've been
into.
stuck in. So
Yeah. I've
Yes,
had the
good.
same
You
thing.
made bacon. Good. You made correct bacon.
Yeah.
You did?
But anyway, that's how I feel about
In the
the
Discord.
Master Chief Collection. Sell me the 3 Halo games that I actually want, and I guess I could have Halo 3 in my Steam library. I guess I can be not
Well,
mad about
because
that.
Halo, there's Halo CE, and then there's Halo 2 PC edition, and then there was Halo 3 did end up on PC at some point, but I
Did it?
yeah.
I mean, I don't
Halo
want
2 for Windows Vista.
it. Oh, gag.
But it's PC. It's got to be backwards compatible. I mean, no guarantee it's gonna run well.
What you will about Windows Vista? At least it's not Windows ME.
I don't know. What
Windows
you're talking
Vista is
about.
pretty close, though.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I had a Windows ME machine and like
We don't talk about that. No one talks about that.
God.
Oh god, it's so crazy.
Nobody has public space games. Oh, here's one. Yeah. Not much
That's all I have to say
else.
about Halo, though. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say. It's just let me buy the ones that I want on my PC. I'll use my Xbox One controller to play them. I just don't want to buy an Xbox.
Well, Travis, you have the similar thoughts on Halo as I do about the original Diablo, which you cannot buy digitally.
Yeah, just sell me the
Fucking-
game.
hang on. What's
I love the first 2 Halos. I do. That's my secret.
I am
my
so
secret shame as
I
someone
am
who
so
criticizes
desperate.
games.
Smash Core?
Like, this is how desperate I am about playing the original Diablo. I have set up a PlayStation emulator on my Raspberry Pi to
Oh my
play the
God.
PlayStation version of Diablo, which is
Well, not a good version.
it has the weirdest controls. Like, you can't play the sorcerer very good in that version. It's really awkward to play. It's Diablo, it works, it's okay, but the controls are just not the world's best way to play that game.
Oh, so speaking of fucking weird ways of playing, go
Segue.
watch. It's a hell of a segue. Ugh. Oh god damn it! A lot of smoke.
Are you cooking more bacon?
I mean, I've got more bacon to cook, so
Oh my
might as well do
God.
it in one go. I'm clearing out my fridge. So, fucking, what's it? Digital Foundry just did an incredible hour-long video of every version of Doom, and
Ooh.
it is fascinating.
Including the version ported to the new MacBook Touch Bar.
To the N64, to the Game Boy,
Yeah,
like
I've actually
every
considered
single
doing
one
that
of
to
them.
my MacBook's Touch Bar. Considered it.
I mean,
There's,
just so you can say that you did it.
there are two
Exactly.
uses I can find for that: Doom and the one where the guy made the button and it said "Ugu." That's all I can think of.
I think somebody also got
mother-
to play on a printer, a Canon printer.
You okay, dude?
Of course not. He just burned himself on bacon fat.
I'm good. Yep, that's good. I'm good. All right, I'm the best at this.
I got an idea for a really cheap Steam game. All of a sudden,
Shoot.
just making bacon and not screwing it up.
Yeah, it'll play like Surgeon Simulator.
Exactly. Do you think Devolver would buy that off me?
With Devolver's new, what was it, pre-access buy system, you can buy it as soon as the developers think of it.
You know what we should talk about since that came up?
Devolver.
What's this deal? What's this deal with IGN buying Humble? What do you guys think of that?
Oh.
As long as they don't fuck it up, it's fine. I'm a-okay with Humble Bundle getting. I am not okay with IGN controlling.
What's the parent company of IGN? It starts with a Z.
Ziff Davis.
Ziff Davis.
Ziff Davis, yeah.
Wait.
They used to own Electronic Gaming Monthly, and that's why Electronic Gaming Monthly is now
Oh my god,
independent.
really?
That was
So,
a
yeah,
good
like,
magazine.
IGN is actually kind of a spin-off thing of EGN.
Also,
in a way.
no. I refuse to call it IGN. I have to call it
IGN?
by its original name. The official N64 forum.
Classic. Ocarina of Time, 10 out of 10. As is Metal Gear Solid 4 and Uncharted 3.
What was it? Ocarina of Time, 10 out of 10, as well as Kane and Lynch 2? Or was that GameStop?
Kane and Lynch 2, that was GameSpot.
And Stephen W. Burns specifically. Every year, Kane and Lynch 2 is his game of the year because of all that.
Fucking
Like, what's your game of the year? Kane and Lynch 2. Just take the piss out of it. No, see, like, I'm concerned because, I mean, how long does this go before we get, like, the IGN exclusive reveal of a Humble game that you have to buy from Humble for, like, the first 6 months or
Or worse, you need an IGN membership to even get the deals.
Oh, I don't think it'll go
Don't
that
you
far.
fucking joke about that.
Okay,
don't
first
think
of
it'll
all,
go that far.
I really want to know. You have to pay to be a member on IGN just to make a fucking comment, right?
No.
No?
Was it
Oh.
like Faku? No.
I mean, that's one way to keep trolls out, I guess.
Not that I would know.
I always thought that you had to be had to pay to be a member, like a username on IGN for some reason.
No, that
no.
sounds like some fucking escapist shit.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, oh man, The Escapist. Boy, was that used to be a good place.
Yeah.
Yeah, not anymore.
What's the official story there? What happened?
One of the senior editors is a big Gamergator.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's a good pal of Milo's.
Wait,
Yeah.
like Milo Yiannopoulos or whatever?
Yeah,
Oh,
Mr. Three Kids in a Trench Coat. He doesn't write his
Oh,
own stuff.
wow. All right. That's...
He's actually, it's even in that BuzzFeed profile that was going around just a little bit ago. Yeah, that guy's featured in it.
Is it possible to burn fat?
Yes.
Yes,
Shit.
that's what.
That's
fat
called
does.
exercise, Miles.
That's
No.
literally what fat
Like
does.
bacon fat.
I'm
Yes,
I'm
you're
joking.
exercising your bacon.
It's coming out, like, there's a lot of smoke, and all of this tastes burnt, and I haven't even cooked it yet.
That's why
Yes,
I told you to put it in the goddamn oven.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Alright, well, round 2.
Yeah. Anyway, I've got some ethical concerns.
Yeah, understandably. That sounds like a fucking shitty deal. Not to mention, when I knew that, like, something wasn't quite right is when they started screwing over the extra credits crew.
Oh yeah, I mean they kicked Bob Chipman off.
Yeah.
Jim Sterling left.
Yeah.
He's
Wait,
he's in the Boston Film Critics Society, Bob Chipman.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
He
movie
goes
Bob.
he goes to the same screenings as Allison and I.
Is there a way
Yeah,
to tell if
he's a good
bacon's
guy.
gone bad?
What?
I mean, how does it smell?
Yeah, bacon can get rancid.
It smells
Bacon?
raw meaty.
Nope, that's just raw meat.
Okay, well, it's probably fine. But yeah, no, I knew that some shit was up when, what's her face? The animator for extra credits, like, fucked up her arm. And they ran, like a fund me kind of page thing. And they made, like, a shit ton of cash, and then the escapist goes, oh, well, that's our money, because she's an employee of ours, or some shit.
I
Everyone's like,
never heard
"Whoa."
this story. This is
Yeah,
this is
oh,
news
it
to
was-
me.
Like, years ago, but it was before. So extra credits went from Escapist to Penny Arcade, of all things, to
Right.
being their own thing. So this was right before the Penny Arcade switch, and I don't know why they left Penny Arcade. I assume it was on good terms.
I mean, you've seen Penny Arcade in the past like 6 or 7 years, right?
Yeah.
Now, that being said, because you know, obviously the topics that have been coming around the net, that everybody's going on about, Harvey Weinstein, etc. You guys saw the Naughty Dog thing that came out of the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I saw that a bit.
Do you know the details on that?
Yeah, I know a little bit. I don't know like.
So
everything.
I'm kind of confused
I
as
saw
to.
that Naughty Dog's response wasn't super great.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that was the thing
I'm
that stuck out
more
to me.
fascinated with what Naughty Dog's part in all this is and is not. So basically, the long and short of that guy. Let me get his name real quick. Dave Ballard. He was an environmental artist
Right.
for Naughty Dog, and it was basically in the height of getting Uncharted 4 out the door. Okay.
Right.
And he had an encounter.
This wasn't long ago. This was
No.
maybe a year
This
and a half
culminated.
ago.
This all culminated in like the winter, like dead of winter 2016. So what happened was he already was stressed out with the the crunch as it were.
Yeah,
And
which
he
is terrible on its own.
up having a lead sexually assault him. And
What?
then as he starts telling a couple of people, because he has to confide in some people about it, he's quickly
Right.
approached by a representative from HR at Sony Interactive, not Naughty Dog,
Right.
but HR from Sony Interactive. And they gave him a $20,000 settlement to keep quiet, and then he had a mental breakdown, and he's been unemployed ever since. And so, in response to his tweet, Naughty Dog, that was Naughty Dog's tweet, right? We have no record of this. That was their phrasing. So that's what I'm trying to figure out is, did anybody even at Naughty Dog have the opportunity to know? Are they playing dumb? How am I supposed to feel about this?
Sony owns
literally,
Naughty Dog, so
they do, but it could have just been like somebody at Sony swept it under the rug before it became even knowledge to the rest of the staff.
Man, I had no idea it was that bad.
It was bad.
My guess, and this is kind of based on what we saw with Screen Junkies,
Yeah.
is that it went up to the parent company, and the parent company got involved and decided, oh yeah, no, this is bad. We don't want anything to do with this. Let's make it go away.
Yeah.
Like that's what that sounds like to me.
Definitely. Anyway.
Actually,
it's scummy either way.
Yeah, regardless.
on a more legal and less morally subject, did Carmack win that lawsuit with ZeniMax?
Oh, for Oculus?
Yeah, I
pretty sure it
never
went
saw
the
how
other
that
way.
ended.
I'm pretty sure that went the other way.
Shit, really? Ugh.
Yikes, because he literally dropped everything to go and work on that.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, and I mean, some of it is sketchy. Like, I followed that for a while. It was something.
May or may not have stolen work.
Yeah, basically.
Like, real shady shit.
Well, that's what I got from my notes, pretty much, other than some horror games on sale on the PlayStation Store.
Go play Deadly Premonition.
Okay, yeah, I'll play Deadly Premonition. That's fine. I'll do it like on Halloween or something when I'm back from Japan. I don't know. Anyway, before we kind of close out, have you guys been playing any games at all? Has anybody put time into any new releases or old games?
I have been playing Stardew Valley on the Switch.
Oh, on the Switch, okay.
Yeah, so I hadn't played it on the PC. I was waiting for this, basically. And,
okay.
I mean, I get it. I get what everybody was talking about, and I appreciate everybody kind of keeping the finer details of that game secret.
It's kind of a Harvest Moon itch, right?
Well, and then it goes so much further, and it has all this other stuff like
It becomes frog fractions.
It does become frog fractions. That's a good way of putting it. And man, I'm enjoying it. It's great on the Switch. It's really easy to just lose yourself in it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's anything I can say that hasn't already been said about it, but it's a freaking blast.
Nice. And then Octopath Traveler is due out soon, right?
Yeah.
Next year, early next year.
Oh, okay. I saw it on the release calendar. I didn't.
Oh no!
See
So
that
the demo's out now because they're using it as like an alpha to get feedback.
Yeah.
And then yeah, early 2018. And I mean, let's face it, it's going to get called Bravely something.
Right.
I kind of hope not.
Let's be honest.
Like, I like Bravely Default, but after the last one, they kind of...
Well,
I didn't think
basically,
Second was
it
too
seems
bad.
like Bravely Second didn't sell because nobody had time to finish Bravely Default.
Well, there's
Because it's
that.
such
Also,
a gigantic JRPG.
Bravely Second had a lot of, like, censorship localization snafus. Hey, let's
but that's
remove
because
this
of
Native
that's because of
American
the
costume.
Yeah, that was actually I'm on team. That was probably the safe move.
Well, of removing the Native American costume and adding a cowboy costume?
I mean, it's not as good, but I mean, it didn't need to be there. Like, I'm not too much of a stickler about localization because, I mean, if you've ever done a "what the fuck Japan" meme, you don't really get to complain about localization. You know, like if you've ever uttered the words
True.
"what the fuck Japan," like
No, I
that's
mean-
why it happens.
This
Right.
is true, and there is a lot. Just Japan's jokes.
Japan is
are
Japan.
really
And that's
weird.
fine. You know,
Well,
I
like,
like American
eh.
culture most
Miles,
of
for
the
this
time.
for the same reason your buddy who does the Mother's Basement videos, was talking about the localization of anime in the
That
90s.
was
like
a
with 4
great
Kids.
episode of that, by the way. That's he's a good guy. I started
Yeah.
watching that channel a little while
Dude,
ago.
Jeff Su's a good dude.
Yeah, you're a Patreon of his, right?
Patreon, and good guy.
Yeah, H Bomber guy pointed me in his direction, and
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. What more can be said about Harris Bomber guy?
I cannot state how often, like, the highest compliment of somebody I like on. That man has sung me to sleep.
Yeah, what a dude. What a dude. Yeah, now I'm
He's
just
been around for a
That's what
while, yeah.
That's what I played. That's what I played as 35. That's the long form way of me saying that.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of Solaris, which has become my go-to. I need about 3 hours.
You're cutting out a lot there. You were playing a lot of Solaris?
Solaris, yeah. Put that game on, take it's a great soundtrack, turn off the soundtrack, put on an audiobook. Holy shit, do you get stuff done. Like, that is my wombo combo power reading right there.
Nice.
But outside of that, I've been playing a lot of Gundam Versus, which
Ooh.
is delightfully jank. Like, it plays like
it's
Virtual On.
jank?
Oh, it's jank as fuck! It's like somebody made a fighting game without having the slightest idea of how to make a fighting game.
That's terrible.
There is no balance, and I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, phone went almost in the bake.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Devolver, if you pick up on this, like, give me a call. I've got a game for you. I've got a mobile game for you.
Oh,
Selling, making bacon. Without burning yourself.
they'd do it. They'd do it in a heartbeat. Man,
Yeah,
look at fucking.
Let me see if I can
I-
snag this post. Oh, somebody got it.
I really
Ow,
wanted them
mother-
to make that Suda game where was it Suda or was it Suiri? I can't remember. I get them
Which
mixed
one?
up.
We were just saying this last week. It was somebody who made a game that is equated to. Oh no, never mind. You were saying that about Deadly Premonition is the guy is kind of like
Yeah, no,
Suda.
Suiri made
Suiri.
Yeah, Suiri made Deadly Premonition. I'm thinking
Yeah.
of one of them was gonna
Suda.
make a game about a woman who solves who's a detective and solves crimes by doing
Detective shit.
self-pleasuring. I
Ah,
guess is the
that
advertiser
sounds like
tried-
something Suda would do.
Yeah, I'm like, and then Devolver saw that interview and said, "Hey, Suda, call us."
Okay,
And,
can I?
Now he's making No More Heroes and Hotline Miami's in it. You know,
Can,
I'm like, is this really happening? Is this
Can I-
gonna go down?
dude,
Sure,
they're
what the hell?
super in love with each other. Can I have a quick shout out to Yoko Taro, my boy, who just said in a press statement, "What's your next game gonna be?" He's like, "I'm really thinking about making an adult film." My man!
And let's be clear, he continues to wear that giant mask.
Oh,
everywhere he goes.
Moon Man, I love you so much. Okay, don't get me wrong. But there is something to be said of why, Mr. Taro, why are all of your women so sexualized? He responds with, I just like girls.
Yeah, I love how honest he is. Did you see he did this big Japanese developer breakfast or whatever, and Kamiya was there.
Yeah.
And he takes his he gives this whole speech and they sit down to eat and everything. He'd been there for an hour. The press was there. They were waiting for him to take off his mask to eat, and he takes off his mask and it's freaking
And
Kamiya
it's
under the
Kamiya
mask.
under the mask. Oh, it's
And-
so good.
And then he comes out wearing the Moon Man mask.
Oh, fucking
the
Yoko
entire
Taro is my hero.
Like-
That.
We don't deserve him.
Okay, there's a great interview, and I forget what channel it's on, but look it up. It's him what's a day in the life of Yoko Taro? and it's just bizarre. It's like it's like an early Fincher film. Like he talks about like I spend most of my day drunk. I'll go into work, tell them make a video game, I guess, and then I just start drinking. And then it smash cuts to him in the Moon Man mask, sitting in an empty tub, staring at a fucking naked woman, and he's just perfectly still and just humming to himself. And then it cuts over to him in a car. It's like, wait, no, what? Wait.
What? This can't be really him, though.
It is absolutely really him. The dude is a fucking glorious madman. Yoko Taro is my favorite.
Hey, Miles, remember how last week you were telling me to play Star Wars Battlefront in a big multiplayer map where there's just like tons of enemies
XL.
everywhere? Yeah, I'm doing that
I'm
doing that on Coruscant right now as a rebel, and I'm like shooting down the Jedi library with like tons of stormtroopers, and I'm like a marksman, and I'm like picking them off, and the music's swelling. Dude, I see exactly what you were saying, and it's so awesome. It's the most thrilling Star Wars moment I've experienced in a very long time.
Burns so quick. And are you excited? Because, okay, so you see how good this game is, right? Are you super excited to spend tons of money on loot boxes to get this feeling again?
No, I won't. I refuse to do that.
Nope, I brought up the L word.
No, I mean, if I end up reviewing Battlefront 2, because I'm getting it when it comes
Loot
out,
Box 2, the Star Wars game.
I mean,
Travis,
I don't know
how
if you've
many
seen my other stuff. I'll
many
do it
loot
again.
box reviews are you allocated per year?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on whether or not you want to cut me off, because I let Injustice.
That was like
Depends if you wanna cut me off.
that was your Injustice review, and I'm
not
totally
even-
okay with that in that regard.
Like
I'm not
it's
even
such
eating
a,
it
Injustice
anymore.
2 was a good game. I absolutely love that game, and it just made me so angry because it was such a good game and everything was done like perfect. It was polished.
The comics are
looked
super
great.
good.
The story was better. The alternate ending was actually even better than the actual story.
Yeah.
And,
So the story coming from the second one was kind of weird.
I thought it was fine. I think it did a good job. I told all about putting gear on the characters like they're 90s comic book action figures. Like,
Yeah.
that speaks to me on a personal level. Like, I love everything about it. And then
You're all Green Lanterns now.
Like, and then they freaking put loot boxes in it. And like, the only reason that game got a score out of me is because they put a way to cheat into the game
Yeah.
Really?
just to flip off Warner Brothers. And it's
You should.
like,
Wait, NetherRealm did that?
yeah, so
Yeah.
there's this mode. It's a single-player mode. It's called the Multiverse, and it refreshes constantly, like not daily, like constantly, with different like challenge modes and stuff. And because of all the gear, you have all these unique versions of characters to fight against. It just randomly generates them. I've never seen two combinations the same way in playing this. And you can just pick some levels in the multiverse, play it for 15, 20 minutes, and come out with like 6 or 7 boxes. And they put all the different tiers in there. Like, you can get the highest tier loot boxes or like special unique equipment out of this just by playing and practicing Injustice and never spend a cent. And I like, that's why it got a score out of me at all, is because as much as it pissed me off, they found a way to like tell Warner Brothers to shove it. And I kind of respect that. I do love that game though. It's super fun.
And now
That
I'm
is
a
the first-
Wookiee.
That is the first time. Like, I really liked the first Injustice. Injustice 2 is the first time I went, I think the audio mixing in this game sounds off.
Off?
Off. Playing the sound, playing the campaign, there were parts of the cutscenes where it's just like, should there be music here?
I didn't have a problem with that I can remember anyway.
It's entirely possible. I'm a crazy person.
Oh, I mean,
Which
it's
has
totally
happened
possible
a
it
lot.
happened. Like, I'll believe it. I just might not have noticed. I don't know. Like I said, I like before. I thought that was properly ominous for the kind of thing they were making. I don't know. It was really good, and they just put boxes in it, and I was so mad.
Oh, it seems a lot like it really is the
Oh my god.
like. Oh yeah, it's a Skinner box.
Well,
Yeah,
and
see what
they
happened.
impact gameplay. Like it gives you different stats. It very much is a part of what they want you to be into in this thing.
So that's
And
the
it's
thing,
like,
and that's
that
why
matters.
that's why Blizzard hasn't been directly implicated in Overwatch's loot box. The de facto. That's the first time I noticed. Oh, okay, hang on. But
What?
that
Well, I
is
mean-
just cosmetic.
Yeah, okay, so Overwatch takes me off, so I'm playing that right now actually as we speak.
Overwatch
I'm
makes me
really-
mad. I'm playing it anyway.
I'm really Well, okay, so I love the game, but like they have the Halloween mode back up, for example, and I love the Halloween mode. I love this thing.
Yeah.
But man, it makes me mad. It's like cosmetics matter. Like I want all of these stinking Halloween skins. I want all of them. I need them.
Right, well, because people like to have their own personal identity in these big
Yeah, I
multiplayer
mean, you
games,
spent how
so-
long talking about player choice and options? Like that's why you have so many characters anyway. Well, okay, why can't I customize them?
Okay. All right. So I'm sorry to go off topic here, but just Overwatch always makes me think of TF2, and I just found out the
That's
saddest
fair.
thing about TF2. Did you know that everyone's dead? Like,
Yeah, multiple times.
no. Go watch the newest trailer for the new 10-year anniversary of TF2. It's just the scout. And I'm like, I wonder why that is. This is like 3 updates in a row. Everybody but the scout's voice actor is like dead.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah. I had no idea. That's why they keep bringing in like other characters. Is because like the last one had the spy, and I'm like, oh, what's a throat cancer? Oh, awesome.
what? Wow, that's yeah, I didn't know that. Well, okay then.
Sad
Focus
and
to
ironic.
IMDb.
Makes me feel like being a gamer is an old thing.
Yeah. Okay, so I know, like I said it, like Overwatch makes me mad. I'm playing it anyway. Isn't that just playing video games at this point?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I love
so.
this game. It makes me angry.
So that's. Is it sad that I've spent most of my life being mad at games instead of
That's-
enjoying video games?
That's my entire. That's how I feel about my entire existence.
That's
Like, am I
that's
just mad all the time?
Like, Evan can confirm this. I will have the state of, all right, I'm gonna watch a movie, gonna be mad. Like, I have on multiple occasions sat down to a video game and gone, well, I'm about to be upset about something. Let's do it.
Like, I don't want to be mad about things. I just end up being mad about things.
and it's because and see that's the interesting thing is that when we find ourselves mad about these things, I find that with games we find ourselves mad because we see the potential in something and really want it to
We
be
love
the
them
better
so
version
much.
of that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Like take for like if Blizzard wanted to sell me every single one of these Halloween skins just straight up, like charge me $2 or $3 a skin, they'd have all my money. Like, just like, it's not that hard. Just sell me the freaking Dragon Symmetra. Come on.
Fuck you, Nintendo. I don't want a top 100 Mario Party. I just want another good Mario Party game.
That they better get a good Mario Party on the Switch because it's
Like-
perfect for it.
Get rid of the fucking the hover car or the yacht. I want to be independent again. Like, you fucks.
I want them to do a
So
regular.
old that I could be upset
traditional-
about the first 4 Mario parties. Is like, oh,
You've been cutting out all night pretty bad.
yeah, Miles, you got to get your connection kind of.
yeah. I
figured out.
think the heating coil that's making my bacon might actually headset.
That's so maybe you shouldn't be making bacon with the headset.
Or in a saucepan. I shouldn't be doing a
Or
lot
you
of-
should get in touch with Logitech and say, "Hey, I want to cook and talk on my headset at the same time.
Logitech, I
Accommodate
have a
me."
bug to report.
The entire
Don't-
night.
Hey, Logitech, perhaps it's time to trim the fat on your build.
God damn it. There's like 4 pieces left. Hang on.
I'm
not
trying to
even
see, I'm trying to see through to the end of this match, by the way, because
I'm like
it's actually
not
very
even
exhilarating.
eating it anymore. I'm just making it.
So that's the thing. What I'm wondering is, what are the loot boxes supposed to be in Battlefront 2? Because it's one thing to have cosmetics in Overwatch. They all look the same in Star Wars.
Okay, so here's the thing. They give you these cards that modify classes, weapons, and the heroes in the game.
Okay, yep, they did that in the first one.
Well, these ones have rankings. So the higher rank cards you get, the more abilities or the more powerful you get. People were looking at it and they were seeing like there are ways you can pull off like invincibility tricks.
Yeah. No, like
just using these cards.
The most egregious one is Boba Fett has a thing. If you fire your rocket while on the jetpack, like the base one, you get 0.5 seconds of invincibility. And then for like the Platinum Star one, it's like you get 5 seconds of invincibility.
Yeah, you basically can't get shot out of the sky.
Wow.
Like it's fucked. And they've put out saying like, oh.
And is getting those cards completely random, or do you pay for it?
It's random, but you can buy more chances to get them, and that's the gambling part of it. Is you keep hitting the slot.
So you can get there's hero cards, there's ground unit cards, there's vehicle cards. And the ones that you can get in-game currency are just random. Like, maybe I'll get this, or maybe I'll get that. But you can buy specific, I just want ground trooper cards. Or you can buy, I just want hero cards.
As in, you can buff out the specific class that you specifically want to. Okay.
Yeah, which means that you can basically hit the lever till you get what you need.
The only way to level up the class is with the cards. If you level up your unit or whatever, like when you level up, it's like the Overwatch thing of it's a number and you get a loot box. Your trooper doesn't become more powerful with levels, it becomes more powerful with the shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very curious to see how this actually ends up playing out in the game.
Bad.
It's gonna be nowhere near as amazing as that XL map I just played.
Yeah.
That was one of the most exhilarating multiplayer experiences I've ever had.
Alright, you got one more in you? Play XL. No, Evan, hear me out. Like, do a quick. They go fast. Play a quick match of XL Kashyyyk. Just trust me.
Is it Kashyyyk or Kashyyyk?
I've heard everything. I've heard Kashyyyk. I've heard everything.
I've always heard Kashyyyk.
Hold on.
All I know is that it's the prequel version, and it's wrong. Kashyyyk has no open area. Kashyyyk is just a forest planet. The oceans are covered in trees.
As seen in the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Correct! Okay, hang on!
The Star Wars Holiday Special is one of the few things that's, like, canonically bad that is, yes, completely unwatchable. Please don't waste time watching the Star Wars Holiday Special.
No.
It's an atrocity. Horrible. I own it on VHS. I was given it as a bootleg as a child.
Okay, no. You think the Holiday Special's bad. Boy, howdy. Let me tell you about Caravan of Courage.
Oh, I've ranted about Caravan of Courage. God, oh.
There are so many bad ones.
No. This is not a book. This is a feature film produced by George Lucas. This was a thing they aired on television as a television movie, and they made a sequel.
They did. So Caravan of Courage is the Ewok story of after or before, who knows, Return of the Jedi. The leader of the Ewoks finds some small children being hunted by a witch. Not a Jedi, a witch.
Just like a straight up demon witch.
Just a witch.
Yes.
Green cackling.
The witch murders their parents using magic. Not the Force. Magic. And then they go on. Is it smoky in here?
Yes, because you fucking burned your bacon 3 times over.
I burned a lot of the bacon. And then they go on a magical adventure in which there's that famous picture of the Ewok getting really friendly with some of those kids.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
Dude,
the marksman's
okay,
going to be even better on this map.
So,
that sounds like a great place to stop.
So then the next movie, the sequel. All right, so the two kids reunite with their parents.
It's Caravan of Courage and
Battle for Endor. This is what I'm.
Battle for Endor. Yep.
So they.
Oh.
That's not even the TV shows. I'm talking fucking droids and Ewoks, my bruh.
All right, yeah. So listen to this. So the kids reunite with their parents, and they're about to leave Endor. There's this accident, and the parents and the brother die. So it's just a little girl, and she wanders into the forest and finds Wilford Brimley.
Oh my god, you're right. I completely forgot about that. And it's not like Space Wilford Brimley. It's Wilford Brimley ass looking Wilford Brimley.
And it's 94 minutes of Wilford Brimley.
Oh, like okay.
And George Lucas wrote this movie. It is not like an unofficial thing. This was written by George Lucas.
Okay, real talk. I have played this movie. It's all on It's all on YouTube. Like George Lucas doesn't care. I've played it at work. It is glorious to watch people go, "Oh, hey, Star Wars. Which one is?" Wait, what?
It is just.
It is fascinatingly bad.
This
Like,
map, if you guys are looking at my match right now, this map is fascinatingly bustling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kashyyyk is fun.
What is another really bad Star Wars thing that was actually like an official license thing?
Okay.
Did you ever play?
Droids, who has an intro, the intro to Droids, done by the police.
The
It
police,
is.
the
The
band.
band, the police.
Let me check that. Droids.
Source check.
Tune. Music by. Stuart Copeland of the Police. Well, by golly gosh.
Yep. Okay, that being said, listen to that song right now. It's amazing.
The only person to come back from the original show was Anthony Daniels, and wow, Ben Burt. Okay, wow. I forgot about that. Wow, Ben. Episodes of this show. Oh, gee. Because when I think of somebody who I want to write Star Wars, I think of the sound effects dude.
Mm-hmm. And you want to see something horrifying? You go on to illegal website, Kim Cartoons. Somebody has them up there in like 4K upload. Like it is the most just insane high resolution version of this show, and it's amazing. It is the most. Oh, what were you thinking? Version of Star Wars.
Cool. All right, so that match ended. So I'm gonna call the podcast here. And
Okay, no, XL version of Mustafar. Go, go, go,
No,
go,
I'm
go.
not
go,
doing
go.
it right now. You and I can
Go,
play
go,
it
go,
another
go.
time. I'm not doing that right now. I have to call it.
Yeah, he really has to cut it off, clearly.
Literally.
Figuratively, even.
We're calling this off, Miles.
Gross.
Can't do it anymore. All right, cool. So, appreciate you gentlemen for joining me on tonight's With the D-Pad podcast, and I'm only just now seeing Miles's bacon photos.
Dude, that was a while ago.
So we actually-
When did you send those?
I have maybe made 20.
So we totally had somebody come into the stream chat too.
Oh, great. Oh, on
Yeah.
Twitch. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Is he accusing you of things?
No, it just came in and said, "Oh, I see it's pre-recorded," and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't want to point it out."
Victory.
Well, good job pointing it out right now.
Well, we're not recording now.
Oh man.
Somebody